everybody, if you asked, what are your interests? The greatest number of people would say two things. News about my neighborhood and city. That's number one. Number two would be national and international news. It's a fun mix, but. And that's why, we put local things in the front, because that's the thing most people are most interested in. But then, what about people's priorities?
What is your ideal front page story? How often do you see it?
The front page is a mix of things, and I guess it's really more the mix of stories that we feel like we have the ideal. So, I'd want to find some hidden truth, go to the heart of life in our community. I'd like a great profile where I really meet somebody unbelievable. I'd like to learn something that's unexpected to me that, isn't just a thing that I go looking for. I'd like fantastic photography where I really, get a slice of this place. So, I guess that's not very answer. Too hard a question.
Piggyback on the community reporting. I see a lot of the UT, I'm young, but I still remember the split between the Union and the Tribune. But ever since I started reading newspapers, I see not a lot of coverage on ethnic communities, and it seems that you guys have a huge Asian population, a huge. Do you think you can maybe? Because every time I see the stories about it, it's more like the model festival, the Asian American, it's like it's a festival, but there's more about that community going on and things like that. And a lot of my parents and their friends, they read the local Chinese and Vietnamese newspapers to get news about what's going on in their community versus the UT, or specifically what's going on and who to contact and things like that. So sometimes I have to sometimes the youth organization has to call and say, we want that pothole to call this councilman, not this calling us, and we have to call the councilman and stuff like that.
Well, newspapers in general, I think, do what you've described, which is, this festival or religious holiday coverage, on the one hand, or sort of, sometimes, with a chip on its shoulder coverage, like some sort of agenda behind the story, like trying to make you feel a certain way, as opposed to just true appreciation of different cultures and what's going on, conflicts and compromises, okay. So this is probably more just about, are we good at our job? Substituting for the Chinese or the Vietnamese press, that's never going to happen, right? So I think that would be a mistake for us to try to operate at that level. A good friend of mine runs News Yet, and she works with newspapers. So what she's doing and what we're doing is just so different. But so I don't think we want to go there. But I think this really speaks to who do we know? When I first went to the register a long time ago, because Orange County is just impossible to understand place. Okay, let me go around in all these cities, 22 cities. I just had a meeting with the reporter. Why don't you bring in the interesting people in your community, and let's just talk about what's Minster all about. So I did these meetings, and we just had a very open conversation, maybe 15 people. After a while, I was thinking, some of these cities are pretty big. And then there's one in particular in Trinidad, and oh my God, it's fascinating. You want to talk about intellect and creativity? Wow, it was really amazing. And I realized, oh my God, I'm not seeing the city, I'm seeing who the reporter knows. So that's the whole job. What is it that goes in the paper? It's all from the whole business is who do you know? Who is your following? Who are your sources? And this gets to what you're saying. If we only know a certain stripe of people, or know them wrong, maybe your point, that's what you're going to read. So, we got to get better at it. I don't know the mechanics of it.
So Jeff has a question about the business side of things. We all read about how the newspaper readership has declined, especially over the last few years. I think nationally, I was reading only the Wall Street Journal is doing better and better, especially with their print version, not the print version, but the online version. They're charging, and they were able to do that because I suppose they had a unique business model with the financial data and so forth. It's very special, right? But nowadays, interestingly, they have expanded to include more non-financial stories, as you probably know. So what's your view on how to really sustain the news media, especially newspaper media, in the new digital age, and how are you going to get the revenue from the online version, also considering the revenue overall has been going down?
Yeah. I mean, those are good points too. I would say, if you look at newspaper penetration, like by decade, it's been going down every decade, every year since 1960. So are newspaper readership going to go up or down? Well, I guess anything can happen. I would say it's going down. And because advertising spending follows the audience, not dollar for dollar, but sort of in a lumpier way. At a certain point, you reach a certain level, then there are other viable alternatives, and advertisers say, what happened in newspapers was, oh, you've got 60% of the population? That's you got locked up. And especially television sort of thinned out the newspaper ranks, so you got to these one newspaper towns. Fantastic. So when that went from 60 to 50 to 40, still the biggest penetration. 30, 29, recession, I'm out. I'm going to try something else. So you get sort of, as the circulation declined and advertising stayed strong for these reasons, profitability rose because circulation costs money. So people, this is probably not going to happen in the conference, but I don't know in particular, they started thinking, oh my God, this is like the best business ever. It just gets more and more profitable every year. What's going to happen to us? And it confused them. So they said, well, it's the internet. We're not going to make any money there. Nothing. We're going to keep doing what we're doing. Right? So it set them up for this catastrophic failure. Now, my guess would be that we'll probably see a leveling of newspaper advertising spending that will sustain us for the next 5 or 6 years. You'll see it leveling out, which will lead to more self-deception and denial by newspaper publishers. And underlying that, I see it as really an audience issue. And I'll give you a little hint as to how I think the revenue model will work. If you look at the left-hand corner of UT, we've got this little the daily deal. What is today's daily deal? And so that's using print to broadcast awareness of opportunity, which is good use of print. And then if you go online, you can transact a little purchase and get a discount certificate, which is good use for online, because that's a lead generation. And everybody is doing the same thing, so it's a big fad. But if you look at the results of what the UT does with its daily deal, and you can go on and calculate the money. You can look at it every day and say, oh, here's the amount of deals, here's how these models work, I see the total revenue there. That's a little glimpse into how newspapers will win, which is understanding how to exploit that print footprint while it remains large. What is the nature of print?